Hello and welcome to Megawatt Tech Week in View, where each week we take the biggest stories and spit them out with our comments included. This week, what's been catching our eye? Well, we've got the Apple, iTunes, iPod announcements, we've got Microsoft and Seinfeld, the ad excitement, we have the decline and fall of Whippet, and we have Google Chrome, that browser you've all been talking about. Stay tuned. Tell me about your mother. Well, how do I start? No, really, Google Chrome, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, how suddenly Google become this gateway to the web where they provide information for us via their search engine, and then obviously you've got email and you've got Google Apps and everything else, Google Docs, etc. And then they suddenly come up with the browser. So really that's the doorway into the gateway to get to the web. It's a strange combination because all of a sudden they've gone from just a website that allows you to search the web to actually providing you an access to the web, and therefore competing with the likes of Microsoft and Safari and Firefox and Opera and all that sort of stuff. Now, the great thing is that it's Google, so surely it should be easy to use, and reports suggest that it is. In fact, our own Chris Hall reviewed it and quite liked it, although he didn't like the fact that you couldn't add any add-ons to it, and there's some stuff that with Flash and JavaScript that isn't working that great at the moment. But it does raise that question of how does Google suddenly move into this sort of web browser world without breaking their motto of do no evil? They've already stretched that quite far with the discovery that within the legal agreement and the licensing sort of thing that you have to sign away, that they pretty much can check on any content. They've now changed that, but that's still, you know, is there anything else that we need to sort of dig deeper into finding? And is it the equivalent of sort of ITV suddenly starting to sell televisions? You know, we're not only providing you content, but also providing you a way to access that content after you've got to our accessing point of view. It's quite confusing. However, based on the day one results, which is 1% of internet market share already from a browser point of view, which is quite scary if it continues on that on a daily basis, Google Chrome is going to be here to stay. It is going to change the landscape, and that can only be an interesting thing for those interested. Microsoft released a new advertising campaign with Seinfeld. Now, we've heard about the Seinfeld stuff before. Guess what? They paid him millions. So that's all very exciting. And it's in response to the Apple, I love a Mac, you love a PC thing as well. So the advert came out, and then what happened? Well, did they tell us about anything about Microsoft? I'm not quite sure. The feedback, it seems, from everybody on the web is, what? Why is there a video about Microsoft Windows with Seinfeld and Gates buying a pair of shoes? It doesn't seem to make sense. So personally, did we like the advert? Well, I loved it. I thought it was very Seinfeld, especially from the first series, that first episode in the laundrette where nothing happens. That's pretty much the case here. And it's obviously clearly an attempt by Microsoft to make themselves a bit touchy-feely, get rid of that corporate shindig that they've got at the moment and sort of try and appeal to those Apple guys. So will it have the halo glow effect for Microsoft? Time will tell, but personally, it's a thumbs up from us. 8 years after they launched, unfortunately, independent music download service Whippet has died. And it's a sad day, really. Why? Well, probably because they were just outplayed by the market. Let's face it, you're battling against iTunes, you're battling against Microsoft, you're battling against Nokia, you're battling against Omniphone, you're pretty much anybody. Name a name. I think even Tesco have a download store. Come on, how are you supposed to might against the power of those? Now, us as small independent publishers always like to take on the big boys. You know, we like to say that we're better and bigger and everything else, which we are, so that's fine. But it is a tough struggle. It is hard work. And if you haven't got that determination and power to try and push forward the brand and to keep on going, then it's one of those things that unfortunately big business will probably win out in the end. It's a shame. It's sad. Let's have a quiet moment for Whippet. So Apple confirmed this week that they are in fact having a Let's Rock event next Tuesday, the 9th of September, where they're going to be announcing some new products. What the new products are, they won't confirm. However, the invite that we got was the screen of an iPod with 5 stars. So what does the rumor of the web suggest? Well, basically there's lots, obviously, there always is. But the main ones that seem to be coming out of most places are that it's going to be a new iPod Nano with a larger widescreen curved screen for some reason, and the adoption of iTunes 8, the next version of the music download storage capacity software, whatever you like to call it. There'll be a Genius mode, which looks like it's going to take off elements of the filter, which basically scans through your music collection and says, hey, get excited, this is what you'll like to listen to based on tempo, beats, etc., etc. Very much like the filter plugin already does from Peter Gabriel. Either way, the great news for you is that we're going to be live at the event from 6 p.m. on Tuesday, where we'll bring you all the coverage from a written and picture point of view on Pocket, and then videos over the next couple of days after that from Megawatt TV. Stay tuned. They were the big stories of the week. I'm Stuart Miles, this is Megawatt TV. Thanks for watching.